Alright, we are live.
Woo!
And for the audience, you might notice that there's not as much background noise coming from me. I applied a noise suppressor. You're welcome.
Woo!
Hello everybody,
Sorry.
welcome to episode 30! Big 3-0 of Open Hearts.
And
God,
as
we're
old as
fucking
you are.
30.
enter Bo Burnham's song here.
Enter Bo Burnham. And if you all remember, last episode, episode 29, it was just kind of a chill episode. Not much happened as far as plot. It was a little bit of a hangout on the city episode. Colbart, went to a thrift store where he saw Vidya getting a new outfit, who can be pictured on the side here. And then everybody decided to go to the church and talk to the priestesses of the elements to see if they can get some more information. And they got quite a bit, in fact, about some of the very powerful spells that the catalyst wielders can use. And then Vidya had the privilege of being able to go back to the Deep Realm with Kalina to meet Abelet, where he pledged his servitude to him, and Abelet did accept. And as of right now, Kalina is still in the Deep Realm, sleeping in a pile of pillows.
Passed out in a pillow pill.
But I would like to very quickly return to the mortal world, where Tagok, you wake up at your normal early morning sunrise time to realize that you are alone in the room. Kalina has not returned.
Good question. Did I know that she was going to the Deep Realm?
Yeah, Kalina did
No.
tell you before you went out.
Well,
I don't think she did, but I
But,
also
like-
got really
oh, yeah,
tired and
true.
fell asleep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at the very least, like,
all that Tagok was
Vidya
told...
actually went back to his just like, hey, hey, we're here, don't think that we're dead.
Yes. So, in the night, Vidya had come to tell whoever was awake at the time that Kalina was going to be staying in the Deep Realm the night. The only person that was awake at that time was Fen and Freya. So, Fen and Freya got told
Oh no.
that Kalina...
Yeah, because
Oh no.
if... apologies, chat. I fell asleep during our session last week.
Yeah. It's okay, you were very sleepy.
Yeah. I woke up when I fell out of my chair, though.
Oh no!
Yeah,
You poor baby.
it was a bonk. Whatever, it's fine. I've been hit in the head plenty of times. Look how good I'm doing. Okay, so I wake up and I don't know that Kalina's gone.
Yes. You are completely unaware.
Flashbacks to the last time that Kalina was missing.
Oh no,
Yes.
not again.
Last thing,
She's in the
you,
same
Fucking
place.
damn it!
last thing you had heard, Tagok, she was going up to somewhere with Vidya to try to contact Kane. So you would guess that the last place she was outside, in view of the moon,
Mm-hmm.
for better Wi-Fi reception. Better cellular.
Better Wi-Fi. Okay. So, when Tagok notices that she's alone and has no knowledge of Kalina's location or supposed location aside from outside. Don't even bother with the sun salutation. It is get up and go.
It's like, oh no.
God damn it!
God
What
damn
did
it,
I
not
do
again.
Like the I'm a teacher meme.
Oh my god.
When you wake up early on a school day.
I'm late
I'm
for
not a
school.
student.
Oh wait,
I'm
I'm
a
like
teacher.
30. Wait, I'm a teacher.
Wait, I'm a teacher.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah.
What, and where am I?
You are in your room that you have all by yourself.
Of course.
Yes.
Alright, so Tagog slaps her shit together. I don't think she even puts her hair up. She probably doesn't even put her hair up.
Oh shit.
Oh,
It's-
the hair is down, baby.
Hair is down. Hair
It's
is
gotta
down,
look cool
babes.
though. It's
It's gonna be
fire.
annoying with how long it is.
Yeah, true.
Gotta like, it's gonna go down to her ass or something.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
If in
The
the
hair
ponytail,
down to like even just like your middle, like the middle of your back is not good, but your ass.
well,
I only know that one of
when
us
it's in
can
its
attest.
ponytail, the ponytail is
I
like
can
on
also.
the fucking top of her
I've been
head,
there.
and it goes at least a little bit past her shoulders.
Yeah.
So it's probably like tailbone or lower.
Mm-hmm.
So she, slams the door open and is frantically looking around. Probably
Aw.
marches down the hallway,
Slamming
glowing a
everybody's
little bit
doors.
more than usual.
Oh no.
Is there anybody else that's awake that I see when walking down the hall?
Currently nobody else is out of their rooms, as it is very early. Like, the sun is just rising.
Okay.
But, after you slam open the door and stomp out into the hallway, you hear a door behind you open, and Clement's voice, as he, very tiredly just says, Tagok, what's the matter? Why are you slamming doors this early in the morning?
She's not here. And Tagok just keeps fucking walking. She's just gonna go and look. Doesn't give a shit about, like, a location. She is going to look, and that is it. No think, only look.
Yes.
You hear him sigh, and he starts walking after you. He's like, alright, Tagok, let's try to be rational. When was the last time you saw her? Last night, I presume?
Mm-hmm. She said that her and what's-his-name was heading up to the high place.
He's
Vidya?
not a lost toy.
You just hear that from the room that Sarzov is in.
It's like muffled.
Oh, fuck off.
Clement, puts a reassuring hand on your shoulder and he says, alright then, let's go up and check the roof. See if there's any signs of where she could have went from there.
Tagok nods, just spins around and keeps walking.
Fen, at about this time, you're beginning to wake up and you can hear a bit of a ruckus in the hallway. Tagok seems a little bit heated from what you can hear. Oh.
Applause from the peanut gallery.
What the fuck?
Applause.
It was a pun. A hot one at that.
Okay. Stop being stupid, please. Love you. Okay. So yes,
Oh, you're the one
Fen,
that sparked this topic.
shut. Fen, you are starting to wake up and you hear Tagok, fussing about in the hallway.
I just kind of go and open the door.
When you open the door, you see Tagok storming towards the stairwell with a very tired Clement in tow. Finally, the monkey's dead.
Context chat.
I had an unkillable monkey on our Minecraft server that was causing me agony. It was immortal.
Playing Minecraft for UDM?
No. The song is, though.
No, I'm okay. More context. It's a modded server. I had a mod called Unkillable Pets, basically. Invincible. So I just got rid of it and I just went in there so I could finally kill the monkey.
Yes.
The monkey.
Goodbye, Capskin Monkey. You caused me a lot of pain. Anyways,
Bagel!
continuing. Fen, you open the door and you see Tagok stomping off towards the stairwell with Clement in tow. And you see Chatu kind of like tiredly peeking his head out of the door. He's like squinting and his hair's all a mess. He obviously just rolled out of bed.
I just open the door. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Looking for Kalina.
She's Kane realm.
Kane realm.
At this
Tagok
point,
just kind of turns around. What?
at this point, I'm kind of like hearing all the ruckus, and I walk out of my room.
So,
Is-
yeah. Go ahead, Fen.
Do you want to see Kane? And then Fen just closes his door.
Like,
Fen is
alright, I'm
not
going back
having
to
it.
bed.
Yeah.
Everybody's sleepy. It's like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
yeah.
Tagok kind of like takes a very frustrated sigh. Fine. Fine. And maybe she probably heads up to the roof anyway.
Just to cool down.
I mean, yeah, she's already on her way over there.
Clement just
like
sighs as you walk up the stairs, and he just turns back towards his room.
Tagok is definitely a type A person.
Yeah. But go ahead.
All
Sarza.
emotions are extreme. Except for trauma.
Mhm.
Me too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sarzoff. You were saying something.
I'm just kind of like, what's going on?
Clement sighs before he goes into his room and he says, Kalina disappeared in the night. Turns out she's in the Deep Realm.
Do I know what the Deep Realm is?
You do know what the Deep Realm is. It is basically, it is the lowest realm of this world. The layers are the mortal realm, and then below that is the spirit realm, which is like a giant underground river. And then below that is the Deep Realm, which is a cavern world, where the roots of the Arius tree, start.
Okay.
And you
And
know,
mortals aren't meant to go there.
mortals usually do
Sarzoff-
not go there.
Because they can't go there.
Mhm.
If Sarzoff did not know what the Deep Realm was, I was gonna make it funny, but I can't make it funny anymore.
Yeah.
Haha.
Denied.
Denied. Sorry. But yes. You do know what the Deep Realm is.
Like, the what map? You said the deep realm, didn't you?
Clement nods. He says, mm-hmm.
Why the fuck would she go there?
And then Chatu kind of like leans his head out and he says, that's Kane's realm, my dad. She's visiting him for one reason or another, I guess.
Fun.
Would he know that Kate is Chatu's dad, or is this just being revealed to him now?
It is just being
Probably
revealed to
just
you now,
being revealed to him
Sarzov.
now.
You have just learned that one of the members of the gay couple is a demigod and the son of Cain, the Lord of Darkness.
And that Kalina just casually visits him on a whim.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just like, alrighty then. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
You hear Clement just
He's
mumble.
not my problem.
Same. And with that, everybody goes on back to bed, except for Tagok, who is up on the roof.
Up on the roof.
Up on the rooftop. Click, click, click. She's angry as frick.
Fight me.
Yes. But
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree.
different song. So going back to the Deep Realm. Kalina, you begin to wake up.
Yeah.
Your head feels a bit foggy. And your nose is a bit stuffy. Like allergies. Kind of.
Oh no.
So you can't really breathe through your nose right now. Mouth breathing time.
Oh.
Ugh. Am I sick?
No, you're just a neckbeard.
Rude.
Rude.
Hilarious, but rude.
If Kalina heard Sarzad say that, she would literally just have slapped him in the face.
You don't want to know what a neckbeard is, Jade.
Okay, I'm good with not knowing.
Yeah.
You know.
If I
I pray you never make
don't
one.
need to know, I don't need
Yeah.
to know.
But, what you are awoken by, Kalina, is, stirring in the pillow pile. And after you have woken up and realized that you're a bit stuffy, you realize that there is a significant weight that is sort of, just against your midsection. And you move a pillow to see that it is partial bits of both Cain and Abelet's tail that are kind of flopped against you.
Flomp.
Heavy snake tails.
Oh my gosh.
Snick. Good snick.
Does this mean I'm stuck though?
Where'd my pen go?
Stuck until you
Am I
wake them
just-
up, perhaps.
Oh no! It's fucking cat rules!
Can't rolls, you can't move
Cat
them, they're too
rules.
heavy.
No!
Kalina has a -2 strength.
Yeah, I don't think I can,
You have -2 strength.
Shut. It used to be -3.
It went up recently.
It went up recently!
She's getting better.
But yeah, so like, I can see everything, right? And like, I'm still like, kinda stuffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, kinda stuffy, head's kinda foggy still, or is that just from waking up?
Yes, you are still kind of, foggy. A little bit.
Can I see anything else from where I'm at? Or am I literally just stuck?
You
Stuck
can't
laying
see
down.
all too much due to the pillows, but you can try to move
I also
some of
probably-
the
I also
pillows.
probably don't have my glasses, do I?
It seems that you do have your glasses, but they're kind of skewed right now. They're not on your face very straight.
I think I'm gonna adjust my glasses first, just so I can
They
see.
better not be broken.
When you go to adjust your glasses, you can feel that one of the arms of the glasses is ever so slightly bent outward and
Oh,
loose
no!
on one side.
No!
You personally wouldn't know this feeling, Foxy, but one side of the little arm is, you know, flat to your head, and the other one is kind of like, eh. So
Oh.
they don't rest
Oh,
on your ears
no.
right.
No!
Oh no!
You could try to tuck it
I
into
hate
your
what
hair.
happened. No.
Oh no.
Glasses wearers unite with agony.
But yeah, Kalina just feels it and she just mutters, "Oh no. Not again." Yeah, just like kind of muttering to herself as she does like just like
Again.
adjust her glasses. She then does try to like move some of the pillows out of the way so she can see a little bit better.
Yes. You start moving pillows out of the way, and eventually you find first Kane as you move a pillow and you see his stomach just there. Then,
It's like, oh, there's part of him, okay.
and then you move
There's
some more
part of him.
pillows and you can see what looks to be a part of Vidya. You see the end of his braid kind of sandwiched between some pillows.
My god.
This could turn dark very fast.
It could, but it's not. It's not a murder mystery.
I don't know what you were getting into, but okay, I'm just gonna move
suffocate in the pillow pile.
on. Oh.
Ah.
Suffocation.
Okay.
I was thinking dismembered body parts, but that works too.
Okay. Work, I guess.
Anyway, yeah, like I find Kane, I find Vidya.
And you know that Amulet's here somewhere because you can see part of his tail.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna flop back down again.
Oh,
Cause I also probably don't feel like the greatest. Cause like, do I have like a handkerchief? Cause I probably need to blow my nose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably just gonna like sit up and blow my nose into the handkerchief.
Yeah. You remember that on the inner pocket of your little coat that you have, that you're wearing, your fancy coat, that you have a handkerchief.
Yeah, I'm a blow my nose, cause I'm stuffy.
You blow your nose, and not a lot comes out onto the handkerchief.
No.
But your face still feels very stuffy, and you can feel the pressure surmounting in your sinuses.
No. Oh, that is the worst.
It's one of those.
Oh.
One of those.
She just feels this, just mutters, no. And then she just flops back under the pillow in defeat.
You hear some grumbling from somewhere around you. And then you kind of watch from your flopped position on the pillow to see Kane sitting up.
Oh. There he is.
You see that his eyes are barely open, and so are his snakes. They're kind of like... They're,
Like little slits of white,
yeah.
like the snake eyes.
They have little films that can close over their eyes
Oh.
that dull the white. So half of it is the dull white, and a little bit of it is the very bright glowing white.
Oh. What was that crashing?
My mom dropping things in the kitchen. She's making
Oh.
cakes.
Oh.
She's made
Chaotic
3
cake
cakes in the
making.
past 2 days.
Damn, okay.
Also,
Nice.
just
Pop off, I guess.
now off topic again.
Hey.
So I do a little bit of research for the Mom's Spaghetti line. Apparently, Eminem has opened a restaurant called Mom's Spaghetti in Detroit. Apparently, it's actually pretty good.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Why are
That's
we
my
talking
thing.
about this?
Just because at some point even said mine's foggy, mom's spaghetti.
Yes, because that
chat.
popped into my brain.
Bruh.
And then ADHD happened, so you know.
Yes.
Yeah. But yes. Kane kind of like sits up and his snakes are kind of like looking around. He's trying to get his bearings. And then a couple of the snakes spot you and they all sort of
Oh.
turn their attention to you, and then he looks down. And he's like, "Oh. Good morning, I guess, Kalina."
Good morning to you too. I'm trying to sound nasally.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sound nasally.
Mhm. Gotcha. And then he kind of like scrunches his eyebrows together. He's like, "Are you not feeling well? You sound a bit congested."
A little. Just bit of a headache and my nose is quite stuffed. She's gonna try and blow her nose again. Maybe it'll work this time.
You try to go and blow your nose again, and just as last time, it doesn't do much. But this time, it hurts your head a little bit. You know,
Oh no!
you know,
Ouch.
when you blow your nose and it hurts your head.
Oh no.
Yeah, Kalina like cringes at this and just like holds her head a little bit. It's like, all right, ow. No, that won't work. Ugh.
Kane frowns a little bit, and you can feel him like shift in the pile, and you feel half of the weight that was on you dissipate as he retracts his tail and goes to leg mode. Leg time.
Yeah.
Leg mode.
Leg mode.
He then sort of
Oh
like
shit! Is he on the move?
he gets a little closer to you, and the first thing he does is he puts the back of his palm against your forehead. His hand is very cool, and it feels really nice. Not quite as cold as an ice pack, but nice cold.
Yeah, I think, since my brain's a bit foggy, I think Kalina is literally just gonna, instinctually lean into it. Cause, yes. Cold is good right now. Cold is good. Cause, when you're just, really, really warm and, just anything that's cold, you'll just, instinctually go towards.
Yeah.
The wall, the floor. The floor was me the other day.
Yes.
I just
Floor
felt-
time is good time.
for context, chat, I wasn't feeling so good the other day at 3 in the morning, and I was curled up in the bathroom on the floor, face down. Yay!
Woo!
It was not good, but that floor felt nice. That floor felt so nice.
Well, you lean into his cold hand, and you hear him kind of, And he says, "Well, you're a bit warm, but you don't have a fever."
Well, that's good, at least. Could be worse, right?
he kind of grumbles a little bit, and then you can sort of see him like move to get up, and he says, "Do you know if you have any allergies?"
Do I?
Well, the
I don't
only
like it.
allergies you really have are seasonal that you know of. So, in the springtime, when the trees let all their pollen, you get really stuffy and snotty. Like,
Yeah.
rivers of snot.
Oh no.
And your eyes are all red and puffy.
Oh no.
You have to take elixirs in the springtime to stave off the horrible, horrible allergies. But other
Yeah,
than
Not
that,
a fun time.
there are no allergies that you've ever known of.
Okay. Kalina looks at Kane and just shakes her head. Not that I'm aware of. The only allergies I have are in the spring. And it's winter.
Is it?
It
Yeah.
is winter.
It is winter.
It's like
Is
early
it
winter.
in the deep realm?
Well, there's no seasons in the Deep Realm.
It's just darkness.
I see.
The Mortal Realm is technically the only place that has seasons.
The more you know.
Rangers.
Oh, I'm still at 29 hit points from when I fought Tagoth.
Oh, honey.
You should
I
have
at
long
least
rested
moved-
before
You should
then.
have long rested.
Yeah.
I at least put mine back up.
Yeah. You've definitely long rested and healed up since then, so heal yourself now.
I
friend.
just long rested. I
Okay.
think.
Good. But in Kane's sort of like stirring and the fact that he's like talking and everything, you feel more shifting in the pillow pile and you see Abelet as he sits up.
Oh shit. Everybody's waking up because I'm fucking sick.
Abelet, his usually very nicely kempt hair and how it looks is
Uh-huh.
it's a bit poofy right now.
Oh.
And he kind of like looks around and he looks up at Kane. He's like, "Huh? What's going on?" You can hear Kane from somewhere off in the room, and he says, "I think Kalina's sick and don't know what." Abelet groans, and you hear him say as he just kind of flops back into the pile, "Well, don't get me sick."
Elena just like, yeah. How could I get you sick? You're a god. And then Kalina just like kind of thinks for a moment, blinks, and then like perks her head up. Do gods get sick? Just like as a genuine question. Like really curious now.
You hear Kane from off in the distant side of the room, and he says, "Yes, but it takes a lot more. General bacteria and viruses do not affect us as strongly as it does you mortals. It takes something far more potent to deal any damage to us."
I see. Well, hopefully it's nothing serious, and even if it was, it shouldn't affect you lot too much.
They just... Abelet kind of groans from in the pillow pile, and you think you can hear Kane just sort of in response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that almost everybody's awake. You
Where the fuck is Vidya?
you hear some shuffling from somewhere in the pile, and then a little bit in front of you, you see a pillow move out of the way, and Vidya's head sort of just pops out.
Hey yo! Slumber party!
Slumber party!
Woo!
The,
Electric Boogaloo.
the fringe of his hair has kind of come undone from his braid, and it's kind of like just stuck to his face.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And he's like trying to brush it out of the way with his hands.
Oh,
Ugh.
that's fun.
Yeah, like when you wake up and the like just giant strands of hair are stuck in your mouth.
Yes.
I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's great.
I know you. I'm pretty sure like me and Audrey might be the only ones that like actively have to deal with that because we have longer hair.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh.
Long
oh.
hair problems.
My
It also
brain
doesn't help
wasn't
because like I
functioning.
have a lot of like hair and my hair is very thick, and I shed
Yeah.
a lot.
You should see my
I
shower.
don't anymore. I have practically no hair and it's great.
Yeah.
No, I will. My mom calls them hair monsters. Just have giant balls of hair in my room every so often from my
Mhm.
hairbrush that I just forget to throw away.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The hair vibes. But yes, now everybody's awake, and Vidya is just kind of like looking around, and he's like, well, what's going on? And then he sees
Colleen-
you.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
He
yeah.
sees you, and he's like, oh, hey.
Hi.
Not feeling well.
Not particularly.
Hmm.
Don't know what it is, but hopefully nothing serious. Or contagious.
He kind of grimaces at that and sort of like pulls his head away ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's like I love you.
I love you, but don't spread your sickness to me.
Don't bite your sickness.
Don't be
The
scared.
pillow pile has been contaminated.
God, we have to sanitize it.
It's Kalina's pillow pile now. It's hers now.
But, you see Avalette moving to get out of the bed, and he kind of just grabs Vidya and picks him up, and, like, sets him on the ground outside the pile.
Oh my god.
You know, just...
I have the pillow pile to myself.
It is your pile now, Sicky.
It is my pile now.
You're laying there for a little bit, just by yourself, before you see Kane sort of, like, come into view again as he, like, walks over. And you, like, see him towering above you. He says, alright, I know you're not feeling well, but you need to get up so we can find something to help you out.
Kalina just looks at him and just kind of ever so slightly burrows herself further into the pillow pile, just staring at him in the eyes. It's like, I may feel like crap, but
I am
she
stubborn
doesn't actually
also.
say that. But yeah, like she's also like she's just also very comfy right now. Yeah, just kind of looks at him and just kind of ever so slightly burrows herself further down.
He
Just a
rolls
little
his
shimmy.
eyes. He rolls his eyes and scoffs at you. And then,
What?
Oh
It's
my-
comfy.
he says as he leans down and you see him reach out towards you with his hands.
What are you doing?
He, hooks his hands underneath your arms and just basically drags you upwards. And you dangle from his hands.
Kalina is surprised at this, and she lets
Cat
out a
pose.
shriek.
That cat
Because-
pose.
Yeah, like, cause she's a tall person compared to Bor. She's not used to being picked up.
Yeah.
So she just kind of blinks and it's just like internally she's like, what do I do? What do I do?
It's like when big dogs get picked up and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, when they don't know what to do. Yeah, so Kalina is just like, and just confused, staring and blinking.
He holds you out in front of him and kind of like moves to turn you around to face him. He says, "All right then, let's get you to one of the doctors."
Kalina just blinks and then nods. All right.
And then
Did not expect
basically what he does is he like, you know how you like hold a kid, like a toddler, like over the shoulder?
Yeah.
Just hold over the shoulder.
No.
He kind of just
He
puts
does
you over his
not.
shoulder and then with his other hand uses his staff to start walking.
So I'm just like flung over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah,
Eh,
like a toddler.
Kalina just shrieks and just like, Kane!
And he says, "Oh, dost thou protest?"
Kalina just like looks over at him, like kind of glaring, and just crosses her arms. I'm not used to this.
You can just hear him and feel the reverberations as he just laughs at you. You can see him smirk a little bit.
Oh, don't you smirk at me, cheeky.
He doesn't say anything, he just keeps smiling and walking. And then
Kalina just
he
gives up and just.
he brings you to your room, where he sits you down on the bed. And he says, "Alright, now just wait here. I'll be back in a moment with the doctors."
All right.
He
That wasn't me. That wasn't me trying to imitate Kalina sniffling. I actually have a bit of sniffles today,
Aw.
so it kind of fits perfectly, actually.
quickly, he gives you a pat on the head and then turns and walks out of the room, leaving you by yourself.
Huh. Well, that just happened.
Oh, well, that just happened.
Well,
Yeah, Kalina's just like kind of looking and blinking at the door, just like, huh.
Hmm.
She's never been picked up as an adult before, and it feels weird. Cause like she's a tall person. She's not easy to pick up. So she's just like, what?
I
What?
was gonna say I've picked her up before, but she was asleep that time.
Yeah, she was asleep that time.
dead weight.
Yeah. But I have picked her up before.
Sure.
Yeah. But have you like flung her over your shoulder like a sack of potatoes, and that she weighed
Yes.
nothing?
I did at least flop you over my shoulder because I had to take you back after you fell asleep on Kane on the bench.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But did I weigh nothing to you?
Like a couple of grapes.
Probably not.
Probably.
Yeah, I was like, okay, here we go.
Alright, lady, let's go. Alright, after a little bit, you hear a knock on the door.
Come in.
The door opens and you see a very short person enter. Very familiar.
Shit, I'm fucking wait, familiar?
Familiar with their fiery green hair.
It's Maggie? Kalina just like looks at Maggie?
Maggie puts a hand over
The
their
little
chest
shit.
and says, "Oh, I'm so glad you remember me." And then they move out from the doorway to reveal that they are holding a bundle of papers. And they said,
Oh?
and they start coming into the room and they say, I heard you weren't feeling well, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of reading material to entertain yourself while you're feeling better.
Oh my god. And Kalina's just like, oh, good. Thank you.
Of course. And then they hand you the big stack of papers, which it's pretty big compared to them. It's huge.
Oh no, I swear. I swear. I mean, let's face it, it's probably gonna be something like a cheesy romance.
Of course.
Let's face it's Maggie. It's
Yeah.
them. But god damn it, it's Maggie. God damn
Maggie.
it. Like, I love them. But god damn it. We need a drawing of Maggie at some point. We need like a canonical drawing at some
Yes, I
point.
know.
don't-
I need to draw Maggie.
It doesn't matter when, as long as it happens. There's no rush.
For now, just imagine Stress Monster but green and fire. As a surrogate, if you will.
Perfect. Does this mean that Maggie canonically has Stress Monster's voice?
That's what I'm trying to do with the accent.
Love that.
It's like, I heard you weren't feeling well, love.
Yeah, exactly. But,
Oh my god.
Maggie hands you the stack of papers, and on the front page it says, Rough Draft number 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
Kalina just sees this and just like, is this the edited draft of your next book?
They nod and say, I heard, just through a little grapevine, that you got to read the first rough draft. So, here's the continuation.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
The pleasure's mine. Well, I've got to go off and do some, day job stuff. So,
Yes, of course.
when I get back, tell me how you enjoyed it.
Will do.
Cheers. And then they scamper off towards the door.
God, I'm fucking sick of reading romance novels.
Probably your childhood all over again.
Fuck.
Except it's a different snake god.
Yep.
Yeah.
This time it's the other one. Aglet.
The other Weasley.
The other Weasley.
Another Weasley.
Alright. Let's not give J.K. Rowling any power in this household.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve
Yeah.
any power.
How many trans people are here? Fuck her. Fuck you,
Yeah,
J.K.
fuck her.
Rowling. You can suck
Yeah, we got
my
1,
rubber
2,
dick.
3, 4.
At least 4 in this group alone.
Yeah, at least
Mhm.
4.
Yes.
Then there's the rest of our friend group.
Yeah, the rest of our friend group who aren't here, but
The
Yeah.
girls, the gays, the theys.
yes, this D&D group is literally the girls.
And
gays,
you, my dear audience.
Yeah.
Anyways, so after a little bit of reading, you get about 4 or 5 pages in,
Uh-huh.
and you hear another knock at the door.
Is it the doctor?
They open the door, and you see a very sharply dressed man. He is wearing mostly very plain white clothing.
Oh, that's a doctor. Oh, that's a doctor.
And you notice that he is he looks aquatic, if you will.
Colbert.
He
Colbert.
That is literally the first thought that came to my
Colbert.
brain.
Colbert Hart.
Albert!
Mm.
Fish boy! I miss him. I miss him.
He has various different colored scales on what you can see of him. He's very modestly dressed. All you can see is his face.
Yeah.
But, well, let's just say you don't know this, but for the sake of the audience, rainbow trout.
Ah,
Rainbow trout.
gay.
Descendant of Mr. Rainbow?
No.
Gay.
Or
Ra-
Mr. No, wait. Mr. Rainbow's his granddaughter's wife. Rainbow one.
Yes, but she's not a fish,
The ra-
love.
I know, but I connected it. I connected the dots.
You didn't connect shit.
I connected them.
But, he wears a thin pair of glasses, and his hair is, very dark, sort of burgundy color, and it is slicked back.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and he's holding, like, a little, case
Yeah.
of medical supplies. And he comes in, and he places it down on the bed, and he says, "So, I've heard that you've been feeling unwell."
Yes. Just started this morning.
He nods, and he says, "Can you describe me the symptoms?"
A little warm. My head's quite foggy. Got a bit of a headache. And I'm very congested. And I try to blow my nose, and it hurts a lot. And I'm quite sure this isn't allergies because I only have allergies in the spring, and I'm quite sure we don't have seasons in the Deep Realm, if I'm not mistaken.
He, sort of laughs a little bit at that, and he says, "Yes, you are correct. There are no seasons here."
Even if she's sick, she can't stop being a brainiac. She can't stop.
He is, shuffling through the case as he has opened it up and is preparing a few things. And he says, "Alright, the first thing I'd like to do is get a listen to your lungs," he says as he pulls out a stethoscope.
God, it's fucking doctor time.
It's Dr. Time.
Doctor Simulator.
Doctor Simulator. All the med students, close your ears. Go away.
All the med students, close your ears. This isn't gonna be accurate, but we're gonna make it fun.
It's not accurate.
Woo,
Don't
it's
come for me.
fantasy. The
Fantasy
the
bullshit.
rules of the real world don't apply.
Yep,
Yeah.
nothing applies. I am dead.
Woo.
He places it on the front of your chest and takes a listen, and then he moves to place it on your back to get a listen at your lungs from that angle. That I know. That I know.
Yeah.
I know things.
Doctor. Ah, there's a fly.
Oh jeez. But he puts the stethoscope away and he says, "Alright, your breathing does sound a little bit, strained, but it's obvious that you're not having any severe breathing problems."
That's good.
And then, he picks up a, what looks like a little crystalline wand. And he
Okay.
says, "Alright, I'm gonna need you to open your mouth wide."
Kalina does so.
And you kind of can barely see him as he, like, presses his finger against the crystalline wand, and you see, like, at the pad of his finger, some light illuminates.
Oh.
And then the wand, the crystal, amplifies it, and it is shining a beam of light into your mouth.
Oh, that is actually really cool.
Science.
Science rules.
Bill, Bill, Bill.
No,
Bill,
no, Bill Nye,
Bill,
not
Bill,
today,
Bill.
not today! Please. Not
Just the
today,
moment
damn it.
anything just like the slow insert, like it just slowly fades in, just like Bill, 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 Bill.
Gets slowly louder.
I love you, but stop.
Okay, we will.
He looks around, and you can see him as he kind of like his expression kind of like he scrunches his eyebrows together, and there's like a very slight frown on his face as he just tilts his head and like to get a better look. And then he takes his finger off the wand and pulls it back and allows you to close your mouth. And he says, "Well, it looks like you're a bit swollen in the back of your throat, so
Oh dear.
it seems that you are having an allergic reaction of some kind. But seeing as you don't have any known allergies that you could have encountered here, we'll have to do a little bit of searching."
Oh shit! What happened? What the fuck did
Allergy
I
test.
do?
Allergy tests.
No. I don't think I've ever had one of those done before, to be honest.
They're not fun.
Yeah, I've heard that they're not fun, mostly from my brother, cause
They basically
Uh,
scratch you with a bunch of allergens.
yeah, that's what I've
Let's
heard.
see what happens.
Yeah, it's like, let's see what happens. EpiPen on standby.
Yeah, basically. So he then pulls out a little scroll of parchment on a that's pinned to a little piece of wood,
Mm-hmm.
and his quill, and he says, "All right, do you think you can sort of tell me what you've done since you've been here in the Deep Realm?"
Well, nothing much. I arrived here yesterday with, Vidya. And I met up with Kane and Abelet briefly to bring Vidya to Abelet. And I didn't spend too long in Kane's room. Then Kane and I, we had stayed in here, my room for a bit. We were reading. And then after that, we went back to his room, and all four of us, Abelet, Vidya, Kane, and myself, we just fell asleep in his pillow pile thing.
He kind of nods as he writes something down. And he says, "Kalina, have you ever been around a shedding snake before?"
Not really. I was never really allowed to have reptiles growing up as much as I wanted to.
He smiles and nods understandingly. And he says, "Well, something that we have found is that, especially in the Serpent's Lord's cases, sometimes their sheds can, cause allergic reactions. And being
Oh?
that you did sleep in a shed sleeping area with the both of them, it is possible that you are having a reaction to their..." Yeah, Ethan totally called it, and also partially
Ethan called
Jade.
it.
Something in the pillows, dandruff, and then snakes. So it was both. It was the snake shed.
High
The
five.
scales. Yeah.
Kalina just blinks and just like, oh. Well, that's new.
And then he sort of like, as he talks, he kind of like twirls his quill, and he says, Mainly the reason for the reactions is the fact that they and their bodies are made up of entirely different matter from what we are. So it is completely foreign to our bodies.
Makes sense.
I see.
He then puts down his little parchment and he says, unfortunately, we have dealt with this in the past, so I do know exactly what to do.
And what would that be?
Simple elixir. It will flush the particles of the shed out of your system. And I suggest you don't sleep in the pile anymore. He says he kind of like lowers his head a little bit and looks at you over the top of his glasses.
Kalina just frowns, just like,
Sedge.
oh, all right.
He laughs a little bit and he says, I know I've heard how comfortable it is, but for your own sake, stave off for now.
Kalina just nods while frowning, and she just kind of, like, not like quite crosses her arms, just like a little bit of a pout, a little bit of a pouty lip. It's like, it's comfy.
As he packs up his case and then he gives you a pat on your shoulder and he says, I'll be back soon with the elixir and I'll have the servants bring you plenty of water. Make sure to drink it.
Of course.
He then sort of respectfully nods and leaves.
God, I'm fucking allergic to cane.
You are allergic to snake sheds.
God.
Haha. Lamau.
Ah.
So, let us
Well, if you think about it,
quickly.
Tigak's technically allergic to the cold.
Yeah. Tigak's allergic to the cold. And
She has Claudicaria, just like my sibling.
Yep.
Kalina's just kind of pout a little bit and then just go back to reading. It's like, meh.
Let us quickly go back to the mortal realm and check in
Yes,
on
with people who
our
are not
lovely
sick.
friends who are not sick. It is about 9 a.m. now, where you all are. The day is starting to get into the swing, and all of you have sort of woken up and are kind of doing your own thing, except for Tagok, who's still stressed out that Kalina's not back yet. Even though you know where she is.
That helps.
Yeah. So, does anybody have anything they want to do in the mortal realm? On Ceruleus.
Do I have any shifts at work?
Well, you realize that you haven't talked to Mr. Rainbow about your shifts, and he hasn't called you in to talk about them because he's been pretty busy with Farron, working on the elixir. So, if you'd really like to, you could go in and ask.
I might go in and ask if I could watch them work on the elixir and take some notes for Jane.
Alright. So, you bundle yourself up because it's a cold day. And,
You can't put your arms
new
down.
sweater.
You put on your brand new sweater and your coat, and you're all cozied up, feeling good with your new little outfit that you've got on. And you head over to the prism. You notice that it has by now been fully decorated for the holiday season.
Nice.
Practically the whole way there, you have pulled your coat lapel over your face so that you don't smell cinnamon.
Oh.
Yeah.
And when you get there, you head on inside and see that there is some new stock. There is a lot of ice and snow-themed magical items, and even some evergreen, which the evergreen overpowers any cinnamon smell that you had before. You can smell the very sharp fragrance of spruce and fir.
Mm. What?
Rolls to see if he likes that. I know what you're doing.
Where did my dice go? Yeah. There. Well, I like it.
Yeah.
Not my favorite thing in the world, but I like it.
The smell is much more welcomed than the cinnamon to you. And quickly open a thing. Hold on. You see that Pine is working today.
Pine.
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 As you come in, Pine waves at you and says, "Oh, hey Colbot, how you doing?"
Hey, Pine. I'm doing alright.
They look over at the shift calendar and they say, "You aren't scheduled for today. Are you just coming in to look?"
Yeah. Also, when I ask when I'll be scheduled, because honestly, I don't know.
They nod and say, "Well, Mr. Rainbow knows that you all are visiting all of the elements and stuff, so
Yeah, that's true.
I guess he was just kind of waiting on you to say when you're available."
Yeah. Actually, when are we visiting the next place? Do I know?
So, right now, it is the second day. You have 2 more days to go until you reach the temple.
Right. Yeah. I should probably tell him that I'm free the next 2 days.
Pine nods and goes to write that down on a little piece of parchment to remember for later.
Yeah. Do you know where he is right now?
Pine sighs and says, "Well, he is probably down in his potions lab with Theron again. They've been putting in the work, let's just say that, to get that elixir up and going."
Yeah. I mean, it is important, but I also figured that.
Why? Did you need to talk with him?
Honestly, I'm interested in watching what they're doing, take some notes myself.
He nods Then Pine says, well, I'll see if they'll respond to any, magic messages. And you're free to look around while, I do that, he says as he, heads over to, basically it's a little box on the wall with a little, runic slab. You write out your message with a wand on the slab in the runes, and then they get transferred to a corresponding rune slab somewhere else.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's real cool.
Return the slab. Alright.
Return the slab.
Slab.
I'm getting me mallet. Alright, so, Colbert, do you want to look around for a little bit while you're waiting?
I'll see what's in store.
Alright. You notice that there are quite a lot of new displays with merchandise that is... You hadn't seen it before, so it must have just been put out.
Mhm.
You see one little display that grabs your attention, as it is mostly all whites and blues.
Ooh.
You see a beautiful little blue pouch on the shelf with little embroidered snowflakes on them.
Nice.
There is a tag on it that you can read to see what it is.
Mm-hmm.
The tag reads, Eternal Snow. 10 gold.
Eternal snow.
You can open up the pouch and look inside if you'd like.
Yep.
You open it up and it basically just looks like a bag of snow to you. But the bag is not wet, and the snow itself is very powdery and soft looking.
I'm gonna poke it.
You poke it and it's cold, like snow,
Yeah.
and you there's a little hole where you poked your finger in.
Snow that lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. I'm gonna set it back down.
Yeah. You also see a interesting looking wand. It is made out of a blue looking wood, which you've never seen before. It doesn't look to be painted though.
Magic wood from Bios of Plenty.
Shut up. Yeah, shut up.
Nice.
And the little silver bits that go around it look like these little fractals of a snowflake.
Ah.
And there is
Guessing
a...
it's a wand
Yes,
for-
it is a wand.
for snow. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Or just for aesthetics.
Not true. Hmm.
There are also quills that are snowy white feathers that have been cut. Like the tips of them have been cut intricately to resemble snowflakes. You know. Just like,
Everything's snow thing.
yeah, this one display has all
That's
the
awesome.
snow themed stuff. There's also some, there's a few scarves that are there. And, they each have tags on them. And they seem to be, very, like, transparent, fabric. See-through and slightly iridescent.
Ooh. Gonna look at those.
You look at each of them. There are 3 that are, like, hung up. The first one is a silvery color, and, it has this, rainbow iridescence to it, with, little, swirls. And the tag says, Scarf of Wind Protection. 20 gold.
Interesting.
I think Foxy's having a bad time right now. She got a bug in her eye.
Oh, honey.
So yes, the first one is Scarf of Wind Protection. The second one, seems to be, the edges of it are more jagged looking, and the fabric has been shaped in such a way as it looks like shards of ice, and it almost resembles it. This one's tag reads, Scarf of Ice Wall.
Oh. That almost
You can-
killed me when I did that.
You could almost assume what it would do, but you're not sure.
That almost killed me when I did that. Okay.
Yeah. And the third one looks to be shaped and like woven to look like an elongated like evergreen tree. The scarf literally just looks like an evergreen tree, you know, triangle
Nice.
shaped.
Is it the thing that smells like evergreen? I'm gonna sniff it.
You sniff it, and it does indeed smell faintly of evergreen. And it says Scarf of Evergreen. And there is a second side to the tag that has something else written on it.
What does it say?
It says, pull the strings at the end of the branches to receive evergreen. And you notice that there are little loose strings that seem to be at the ends of each of the branches on the scarf.
I'm gonna hold them.
You're just gonna hold the strings.
Yeah. I want to see what it does.
You pull on one of the little strings, and as it slides out of the scarf, you see that it slowly starts becoming a sprig of evergreen.
Oh my god.
And then when you fully pull it out, it's a lovely little bough of evergreen with the needles.
that.
You know that evergreen is used pretty frequently in elixir making, and in general, a lot of people use it to make incense.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. That. If any spell component needs incense, I'll have to go and buy it, and it's just right there from the scope. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It is also 20 gold. All of the scarves are 20 gold.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do I remember anything from I can't fucking not right now. The god of lightning of the temple. I'm
Rhiannon?
thinking, Rhiannon.
Yeah.
Would it actually be beneficial to have that scarf go into that temple, the wind protection?
It would. As you know that Rhiannon's temple is basically on the very top of a mountain. Like a singular mountain island in the Arctic.
Uh-huh.
And, well, as the god of storms, there's an eternal storm that surrounds the island.
Alright, so 2 places is gonna be useful in. Alright. I'm gonna pocket the little evergreen
Yeah.
branch thingy, and gonna make a mental, again, make a mental note of that will be really useful. I'm gonna keep looking.
Oh no. Oh no,
Oh,
Audrey.
no. Audrey.
Oh, no. You also see another display, but as you are going over to it, you hear Pine call you over.
Okay, look over.
Pine is gesturing you to come over. They are standing next to the runic slab.
Alright. I go over to see the runic slab thingy.
They point at it, and you read on it, in Mr. Rainbow's handwriting, it says, "Yes, I'll be up in just a moment. Tell him to come to the door."
Cool. Head over to the door.
Yeah. You head over to that door that you remember seeing that was hidden. And
Gotta try to block my way in, but there was magic.
yep. You wait in front of the door for a little while, and then you see, as the door sort of lights up with little swirling runes and designs, and then it opens. And Mr. Rainbow steps out.
Hello, Mr. Rainbow.
He smiles and he says, "Hello, Colbot. So, I presume that you would like to shadow us in the process of the elixir."
Yes, I do.
He then sort of like gestures to the door and he says, "Well, come along then."
Actually, hold on 1 second. I need, real life me, go find a pencil.
Oh jeez. Colbert
I'm gonna
needs a
take action
pencil.
notes.
Colbert needs a pencil.
I had an animal cracker that had animal cracker horse that had no legs.
Oh no.
It was worm.
It lost its legs in the war.
The Great Pirate War.
The Great Pirate War.
Oh god.
They stole his legs.
Only Jade and I know the reference, unfortunately.
Fuck.
It's a good reference.
It's a good reference, though. Song, do you know
I
about
moved my
Worm
pencil
Horse?
to my bed because I was practicing some Japanese. What?
Song, do you know about Worm Horse?
Do you know about Worm Horse?
Do you know how he lost his legs in the Great Pirate War? I can sense the confusion.
I could just see the face of confusion behind everyone else's screens, unless there's those that know. Great Pirate War.
No.
Sorry, we'll stop
No
now.
pirates.
No pirate.
We'll stop. Long story
Sorry.
short, Hell of a Boss season 2 premiere.
First episode, go watch it.
It was very good. But watch the first ones before that.
Support your artists.
And support your local online artists. They're providing it for free.
For
For
free on
free.
YouTube.
Bendel Horse
Oh.
Productions.
I'm gonna mute before I continue shamelessly plugging
Yeah, me too.
Bidsy.
It's totally fine. I'm writing exactly how to do this fucking potion making process. So. Somebody pick a strong liquid substance.
Vodka.
I was about to say vodka.
Okay. Vodka, sure.
Hey, you said strong liquid.
Uh-huh.
There are two kinds of people.
Liquid mercury or vodka?
Liquid mercury or vodka?
Vodka.
Vodka. Fun.
Oh no, now I found a horse that doesn't have a head. I'm eating animal crackers. Chat. I'm talking to chat. not you
Animal
guys.
crackers.
You guys know I'm eating animal crackers.
Context. That was that. Out of context, though.
Pirate War.
Okay,
I was
Did you just
practicing-
like bang on your
um,
desk?
I have a rock.
just gotta rock. Okay,
I have a
So-
rock.
Colbert, Mr. Rainbow, sort of gestures to the door and he says, "Alright, come along then."
Yep.
You step inside the door, and it seems to be a very short hallway. At the end, there is a, like, tiny little room with a sort of, carved platform on it. And he steps onto the platform and then allows you to. He taps his cane that he has on it, and you watch as the edges of it light up with shifting rainbow light. And then you see as you descend on the platform. In a few short moments, the platform stops and there is another hall in front of you with another door at the end. He goes to the door and then places his hand against it, and it lights up similarly to how the door in Ciptria had, if you remember that one. And then he steps inside. And inside, you see Pharaon, who is currently working at a little station where in some glass contraption and vial there is a liquid that is boiling, and the condensation is collecting and dripping down into a separate compartment.
Hi, Pharaoh.
Oh, hi Colbot. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna shadow you guys.
Ah. Well, let me show you what I'm working on over here. He says as he kind of like gestures you to come over.
Alright. I do so with pen and paper at hand.
He points at the contraption with a glass rod that he's holding, and he says, "This is a distillery station, and currently we are distilling the sap that I had brought." And then he points at the like the area where the condensated like sap is collecting, and he says, "And this is the purest form of it. It has basically no texture. It is just a plain liquid, and there's no sugars, so it is just the purest form of the actual healing properties of the sap."
Ah, I see.
And then he says, "After this is all done distilling, it shouldn't take too much longer now, we'll be bringing it over here." He says as he turns around, and you see a large cauldron with a fire beneath of it that is it's not normal fire. It is a strange white fire that has little glints of different color that you see ever so slightly, but for the most part it's entirely white.
Oh. What kind of fire is that?
Well, Mr. Rainbow here says it is an everlasting fire that only he can put out, so we don't need to tend to it.
Ah.
All it needs is his command to stay alight, and it will stay at a consistent temperature, so we don't need to constantly stoke the fire to keep it at the very precise temperature we need. He says as he kind of like pinches his fingers together to show precise. Precise.
What's the temperature?
Pharaon kind of like rubs his head and he says, "Oh, what was it again? 375 degrees Fahrenheit, if I remember correctly." And then you see Mr. Rainbow kind of nod as he's like faced away doing something else. Yes, 375.
I'm writing notes like I do at school. This is great.
Note-taking time.
Yep.
Pharaon then hands you a pair of gloves. They seem to be made out of a very thick leather. They're very long. They go up to like above your elbows.
Wow.
he says, "Here, these for your safety."
Alright.
It's only now that you notice that Farron is not wearing his usual fluffy coat. He is actually wearing a very tight garment that is it's black, and then he has the gloves over top of it. It almost looks like a sort of a smock.
Smart.
Lab safety. And then Farron steps over towards the cauldron, taking a large wooden paddle in hand. And he looks down into the cauldron and gives it a stir. And he says, "Now this, you might find it a bit gross, but this mixture is of vodka, liquid mercury, and blood."
Liquid mercury and blood.
The measurements are 3 parts vodka, 1 part mercury, 1 part blood. He says as he kind of like lists off the things, counting them off on his fingers.
What was the proportions again?
3 parts vodka, 1 part mercury, 1 part blood.
Okay, got it.
And then he sort of like looks at you a little bit and he says, "For whose blood we used, don't worry, it was ours," he says as he sort of gestures between himself and Mr. Rainbow. The liquid itself is
Alright.
it is a very interesting color. It is metallic, which is obviously coming from the mercury, and it's silvery and translucent, but it has the slight hint of the red. It's sort of a rusty orange tint.
How, can I tell how much blood they is actually in there? Like, is it a lot of blood? Is it...
You would guess by how large the cauldron is that it would be a rather significant amount of blood that had to be put in.
God. That's a lot of blood.
Farron nods and he says, "Yes. We've just now collected enough blood for the mixture."
Wow. How much is how much is like all of that together?
Farron like looks down and he tries to remember and he says, "Well, we used a gallon of vodka and then
2 gallon, 5 gallons.
5 gallons." And he kind of like
Blood. Wow. Out of character.
blood, gallons of the stuff I gave you all that you could drink, and it was not enough. But yes. So, yes. That's a lot of blood, boy.
Yes.
It is now that You notice that Farron does not look as lively as he usually does. He usually he usually is a lot more like peppy. He's very peppy. He looks pretty fucking tired right now. Part of it could be because he's been working away, and part of it could be because he's lost a lot of blood in the recent days.
God. It's like 4 pints.
Yeah,
4 pints.
which is a significant amount of blood to take away from the human body.
Absolutely insane.
And then he puts the paddle like away and he says, and then after we've done distilling this, we will actually take this sap and mix it with something else before adding it to the cauldron. And he takes you over to another pot, a smaller cauldron that is sitting on a table with a small fire beneath it. And when you approach, you get a very strong smell of spruce and sweetness.
Oh.
And he like pulls up a box, like a crate for you near the table for you to stand on to look into the pot, because you know you can't see inside of it.
Step on the crate.
Once up on the crate, you can see down into the pot, and you see that inside there is a very thick mixture that is bubbling. Like it, when the bubbles pop, it's like,
yeah.
And he says, "This is spruce sugar. We are trying to reduce it down into hard sugar crystals, which we will then very, very slowly melt in with the sap."
Alright. So, need to boil sugar into sugar crystals.
And he says, "And once all that is done and it is combined with the big cauldron over there, that's only half of it. That's the easy part. The second part we're a little more lost on, as, well, such a potion like this hasn't been made often and in many a year by anyone, so the processes of it are quite lost, and we're having to find any little scrap of information we can. Sometimes we find things and it's in a language we can't even read, and that has been lost for so many years that there's nobody left alive who can translate it for us."
Oh boy. If anything, I could probably try and help myself. I may not know any other languages, but I could probably help in some way with that.
He smiles at you and like pats you on top of your head, and he says, "Any help is much appreciated, of course."
Alright. So how much spruce sugar are you boiling?
Well, when we started out, this was entirely full, he says as he gestures to the cauldron. You notice that now the cauldron, it's hardly any in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's boiling and you can see the bottom of the cauldron. That's
Yeah.
how little there is. So the cauldron itself is a 2-gallon sized. So it'd be a 2-gallon. 2 gallons of the spruce sap boiled down and reduced to make the sugar crystals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, Mr. Rainbow is over on the other side of the room, and currently he has a lot of small vials and books and parchment out, like just sprawled out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the heavy research.
Heavy research. I could probably join them in that.
Yeah. Farron kind of goes to take a seat and he says, well, right now all I have to do is wait for the distillery to finish up. So he kind of like nods over towards Mr. Rainbow, like, go look at what he's doing.
I will. I will. I go over.
When you go over, Mr. Rainbow sort of nods to you in acknowledgement, and he says, this is the difficult part, Colbart. Taking these materials and finding out which ones together will create the desired effect that we need.
Yeah.
And he points at a little jar. It's like about a pint-sized jar with a there seems to be like a little viscous blob in it with a little tendril that is grown out of it, and it seems to sway ever so slightly. It is very fleshy looking. And he says, I thought it would be quite as simple as a flesh regeneration spell combined with the healing power, and then something that would cause it to target specifically the heart. But, unfortunately, things are not that easy.
A lot of things in science aren't.
Yeah. And he says, but this is a good base, a starting point. This may not be able to do all of the work, but it can be added on as a combiner to strengthen and quicken the process.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hands you a little scroll of parchment, and he says, this is how you make the flesh regrowth serum. And on the parchment, it says that you need a single vial. And you know that a vial is a standard measurement. All vials are made the exact same.
Alright, that's good to know.
So, 1 vial of bone marrow. And then a my brain is trying so hard. I wasn't prepared for
alright.
this, Colbert.
It's alright. If anything, you could probably like DM me something later, or show me something later of this.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean-
yes.
It's almost 8.
Yes. Yes.
So
We're
you
just.
could probably figure something
So-
else during the break and then tell me it afterwards.
So, you know, you gloss over the little
Yeah.
parchment and, you know, you put it back on the table afterwards.
Mhm.
He goes on to continue saying that right now he is reading through old scripts of different love-based potions, because he has known that you know, in general, in infants, you show them enough love and there is a possibility of them regrowing their heart. So a love
Oh.
type potion could possibly kickstart that growth. And then the healing elixir combination with the flesh regrowth would take over from there. So he is currently researching more into love potions of different types. And he tells you, just to summarize in short, that most of the knowledge on love potions are taught between the followers of Veranda, the goddess of lust.
Oh boy.
And he says that he would never go to the temple to possibly inquire, as well, even that place gives him the creeps. But he wish that he could find the information out without having to go there.
Yeah. Oh.
Possible
Colbert. I don't know. Colbert just has a face. It's like, gonna go there eventually, aren't we? I can really see it happening.
Well, shit.
Well, if somehow I manage to end up there because of the things I'm doing, I'll definitely look into that.
He gives you a slightly worried look. And he's
Or do-
like,
Doing some weird shit, man. I don't even know.
he gives you a slightly worried look and he says, "Don't go there just for my sake. I'd rather not put your safety at risk."
I already been to one temple sin.
His head snaps around.
Yeah.
he looks
it was,
at you.
It was a situation.
And from across the room, you can hear Farron say, "Oh my stars, do you have a death wish?"
I mean, it wasn't exactly. It was out of necessity, okay? A friend of ours was in trouble and we had to go help him. He's safe, by the way. He's actually in the city right now. Is he in the city? I don't remember if he's in the city or in the.
Don't
Like-
mention Deep Realm.
Deep Realm. Almost Deep Realm, but not.
Yeah, just like you literally caught yourself just like Colbert would.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Mr. Rainbow just kind of looks at you like an exasperated parent who's just very tired. And he says, well, I do hope you'll be more careful when interacting with the Lords of Sin. He says as he sort of gives you a pat on the back. Just like, please, don't die. Please don't die.
Yeah, that's right. I'll try to be safe best as I can.
He nods and then sighs as he sort of closes up the book that he was reading. And he says, well, I don't know about you, but I'm starving. Farron, are you ready for lunch? Farron, you see him as he kind of like jumps to his feet and then sort of like staggers a little bit because tired. And he says, absolutely, I am famished.
Real quick, can I look at some of the writings that are in a different language? The old
Yes.
language? I'm just gonna. I want to see it real quick.
The script is very geometric. And, basically, they're not letters that you recognize. But there's definitely a pattern, and like you can recognize that each one, like little geometric rune indicates a certain letter or sound.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pick up the piece of paper and say, actually, can I take, you choose which one I should take, but can I take one of these writings so I could, because I might know someone that knows someone that might know this, maybe?
Mr. Rainbow kind of like raises
It's a
an
one-shot.
eyebrow a little bit, and he's like, sure, all right. And he takes a look at the paper you're holding, and he says, I don't think this one will actually be much use to me, so you're free to take it.
Alright, I just want to see if this guy actually knows any of this.
Yeah.
I fold it up and put it in my notebook.
All right. And with that, you head off to lunch, kind of. You can go to lunch or you can head back to the group.
Now I'm gonna go to lunch.
Yes.
You
And
don't have to roll it, but yeah.
while you're at lunch, we're going to take a break. Break time.
Break time.
Break time.
I'm gonna go to
Break time.
get some
Wow.
water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be back.
hydrate, get snacks, bio breaks, whatever you have to do. What?
Wow.
Hello, is anybody back yet? From the break?
Wow.
Hello.
I just got back.
Welcome back.
I'm gonna quick remove my
The
leg wrap.
audacity
It's been
of
about
this
12
little man.
hours.
He ran up in my room and has a sock in his mouth,
Oh,
staring at me.
He's got a sock.
yep.
Alright, I'm gonna make sure he goes downstairs.
Ha.
Sock.
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 I am removing the leg wrap. It's been on about 12 hours, and I like deserves a break.
Yes.
It's already getting better. And it's quite interesting how, due to this leg wrap, my hematoma's improved more than it has in the last 3 days
Yeah,
than in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
At least it was just a hematoma and not like a hairline fracture or a sprain or anything.
Yeah.
just a hematoma. It's an extreme version of a bruise.
Yep, it's just a blood pool from a major vessel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's already looking so much better.
I made a fucking bowl of pudding. It's a big bowl of pudding.
As you should.
I made chocolate pudding.
Damn. That looks so good already.
Nice.
I'm guessing at least 1 more day, maybe 2, but then it should be fine. Like, just comparing it to my other leg, it's already a lot better.
Mm-hmm. This pudding needs to sit in the fridge.
Fascinating what the medical version of shove the blood back in will do. Because that's all it's doing.
Get my base.
It is taking the blood from the pool and just stuffing it back into where it needs to go. Fucking magic.
I haven't played my bass in a while.
Is everybody returned?
I think so. Maybe? I just don't know if Ethan.
Not sure about Ethan.
Okay.
Oh, they're here. I have my water, I have my popcorn, and my notes. There's my pen. I found it. Only disappointment today is that my yarn didn't come in.
Sad.
It was supposed to. Supposed to come in this morning.
Not fun.
Like around noon, 1 p.m. at the latest.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no.
Nay.
Not fun.
Well,
Comedy.
I've got tomorrow and Saturday. So if it comes then, we better.
Basic.
Come on, please. I want my yarn. I want to make
I
this
still
hat when I'm at
remember-
college.
I still remember one of the first times I tuned a guitar. The strings just snapped
Huh.
because I wound it up too tight.
No.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. That's like when I was like living in the housing program and had roommates that were interested in bass. I told them that you're not allowed to tune my guitar. I'm the only one that does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, are we all ready to get back into it?
Mhm.
Alright. We
Yes.
are actually going to be cutting to the Deep Realm once again
Meanwhile.
with Kalina.
Meanwhile,
And Kalina, after you had been given the elixir by the doctor and drank about a pitcher and a half worth of water and peed multiple times, you are starting
Oh,
to feel a lot better.
Yay!
You blew your nose a couple times and it was a lot of snot, but now your
Yay!
nose is pretty much
My nose is clear!
clear.
woo!
And
nose!
your head doesn't feel foggy anymore, and
Yay!
you're feeling a lot better.
Yay!
And you
I'm cured!
you're cured,
I'm cured!
and you should probably get back to your group.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, like, I didn't bring anything with me again. Like, it was just, like, me, myself, and Vidya.
Yeah.
There's Vidya, too, but I'm pretty sure he's staying, right?
Well, you don't know.
I thought, like he said last time, just like, oh yeah, I plan on, like, staying here for a bit.
Yeah. So
Now they did.
he's gonna stay for a little bit, but you don't know when or if he plans on coming back to the mortal realm anytime soon.
Yeah.
So,
Well, at the very least, I'll say my goodbyes, so.
Tell
Just so they
everybody
don't
you're
think that
leaving.
I up and disappeared. Got kidnapped. Again.
Kalina disappearing of her own volition and everybody freaking out.
Every time I do it, it happens.
Yep. Every time.
Everyone freaks out.
So, time to go find somebody to tell that you're leaving.
Yeah, I think I'll just, like, I think I'll just, like, start wandering around. Like, if I had to guess, they're all still, like, probably in Kane's room, because, like, that's where Abelet usually hangs out. And Kane's also usually in there,
Mm-hmm.
so. And if Abelet's there, then Vidya's also probably there.
Yes.
Big brain.
Yeah. So, you head on, over to Kane's quarters. And,
With the forbidden pillow pile.
you see that the door's already open and you hear, some talking as you approach.
Can I make out anything that's being said?
You
Like, with just my passive perception?
you hear, a giggle. And then you hear, all right, I'll leave you. And then, as you're getting close to the door, you see Maggie coming out. Maggie sees you and smiles a devious little smile, and then just walks past.
Lena just kind of blinks, but then goes to the door anyway and just knocks.
You hear Kane from inside say, "Come in."
And Kalina, she gently opens the door and peeks in. Hello?
Oh, Kalina. I presume you're feeling better?
Quite actually. I can breathe now.
That's good. I heard it was, He kind of, like, looks away a little bit and he says, unfortunately, kind of our doing.
Mean it. By any means. And the pillow pile was worth it.
Hmm. And then he just looks at the pile and he says, I suppose that means I need to clean the cushions more often.
Possibly.
I do get quite lazy when I'm feeling unwell.
Maybe I should visit more often so you're motivated.
I assume that you're here to tell me you're headed back.
Yes. And thank you for sending me the doctor and everything.
Of course, I'm not gonna let you just suffer or die on me. He says he kind of like just waves you off. You know, cheeky. Cheeky.
Of course, of course. Oh, I'm very tempted to do something.
Oh?
I'm tempted to give him a hug. Kane hug?
Sure. See how he reacts to a hug.
Yeah, I think like at the very least I'll like approach him. And like maybe first put a hand on his shoulder. Just like, hey, you have an out.
He kind of like looks at you. He's pretty confused. He's like, huh?
And then Kalina just like straight up just like, can I give you a hug goodbye? Is that alright?
He kind of looks at you, like, befuddled for a second, like...
It's like, you want to hug me? Question mark? Physical affection?
Like, very much, like, 1,000-yard stare, just like, huh? What?
It's like, what? You get a hug from a friend. And Kalina's just like, it's alright if you don't want to. Just, well, you're my friend.
He kind of, like, smiles a little bit, and he says, you can have a hug.
Kalina smiles.
And he, like,
Just
leans in and like,
yeah!
allow for hug.
And Kalina hugs. Hug time! Time for your daily dose of physical affection.
As he sort of leans down to hug you, you are kind of engulfed by his hair.
It's cause like, God, it's so weird to think that like Kalina's actually really small compared to him.
Yes.
That's very weird to think.
Mhm.
Cause like she's like the tallest out of everyone in the party.
Yeah.
And then just put her next to Kane and just like, ah ha ha ha. No.
Little. Small.
Little. Small.
Tiny.
So small. Also, I dropped something and I don't know where it went. I can look for it later, it's fine.
You could say that that's just the equivalent of everyone on Hermit gaslighting B-dubs for being short, even though he's tall.
Yeah, he's
Ah,
5'9".
What are you doing up here? Puppy, go back downstairs.
Oh,
Take him up here again.
oh no.
Help do things.
Bugsy.
Bastard. But, yeah.
I give hugs.
just
You
saying.
hug him. You try to,
Hug the dog.
like, wrap your arms around to his back, but you really can't.
Oh
You can, just barely reach your hands onto his back, because,
no. No.
well, he's a big guy. He has a
Yeah.
big chest. He has a big chest. Welcome back, Anji. Are you
Welcome
feeling
back.
Yeah.
better? Okay, that's good.
You stole my dad's chocolate.
Sorry,
No,
I
it's okay.
disappeared. It
Okay,
went
hon,
from
it happens.
I had to help my mom do stuff, and
Yeah.
then I'm trying to loosen the earring, and then it just pops out because the back of the earring sucks,
Oh,
which
that's
was
not
so
fun.
stressful.
Yeah, especially since it's a new piercing. I understand.
Yeah.
You're alright, hun.
Yeah,
You're
We
okay.
got you.
love you. Okay, so, yes, you can't really reach your arms around him for the hug because he's very wide.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, like, proportionally wide for, like, his body, but just, like, for Kalina to hug, just wide.
Extremely wide.
Extremely wide.
But, yes. After you finish hugging him, he, he has a slight smile on his face, you know, just
Yeah.
smile. His fangs.
It's like, affection for me?
Affection is for me? Whack.
Is for me?
And after that, you are free to go back to the mortal realm.
Will! I will! Also, I'm turning off my fan. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I do that and I tap my, my wrist mark thingy majingy.
Yeah. Wrist mark thingy majingy.
I know words.
Activate your GPS.
Yes. And of course, you go wobbly wobbly flying through space and time. Let's go.
Yes. Yes, I do.
And you arrive
Dr.
back in
Who
your
theme.
room.
Yay!
And you realize that it's about midday. It's about noon-ish.
Yeah.
And Tagok's not in your shared room. And it occurred to you that, oh crap, Tagok didn't know where you were, kind of.
Oh no.
Tagok,
But yeah, Kalina.
you have been anxiously pacing around all day.
It's
Oh,
my
no.
turn to pace.
It's your turn to pace.
It's my
bitch.
turn to pace now.
Sure, you know that she's in the Deep Realm, but you haven't really heard from her. You don't know what she's doing there. You don't know what's going on. And Fenn's relay of information was very vague
Because it's Ben.
because he was
'Cause
very
it's Fenn.
tired.
We love them though.
But, Tagok, you are outside. You're hoping that the cooler air will, cool you off from your, anxiousness.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are kind of bristly and fiery right now.
Oh no.
Your hair is loosely, getting just flung around by the wind, and it's not helping that it is also fully alight on the tips.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you're hoping that being outside will at least cool you down enough and distract you from your anxiety.
Probably have to go for a bit more extreme measures, such as that, due to the catalyst.
Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
catalyst probably amplifies it all.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, you're right. Oh,
You,
I need to mute. Give me a sec.
you haven't exactly noticed this yet, Tagok, but the bit of the circle that you're pacing in has become apparent on the wooden deck.
Oh
As
no!
There are some slightly darker marks where your feet
Oh,
have
no.
been constantly walking around in a circle
Oh no!
for the past couple of hours.
Oh no!
You've created a bit of a dark circle on the deck.
Oh, when you lightly stain wood. But it's lightly charred wood.
Lightly scorched. Wood burning.
Oh.
Clement, in the beginning, had tried to calm you down, but he eventually realized it was a fruitless effort.
It's not happening, honey.
Zarzov, you have basically just also been watching Tagok work herself into a tizzy.
I'm just kind of like. I'm watching in awe as I've never worked that hard in my life.
she's working so hard. Her anxiety.
It's working so hard by walking around in a circle.
Yeah. And Colbart, when you go out to go to lunch with Mr. Rainbow and Farron, you see that on like the big courtyard towards the center of the ship, you can see Tagok from here. As from the distance, you can see the air around her sort of shift and wave around from her heat and just her anxiousness. She is.
You ever just slightly distort reality?
Yeah. You can see her pacing around in a circle, and everybody else just watching her.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Kalina,
Yeah.
you go around to each of your party's doors and knock, and soon you realize that nobody's in their rooms right now.
Oh no.
You are the only one at the inn. So,
I think I'm probably gonna step outside then.
yeah.
Feel the fresh air in my lungs.
Yes. You step
'Cause I
outside
can breathe.
and making sure you put your coat on. You step outside into the cool, crisp air and begin walking and looking around, and almost instantly you see on the main courtyard next to the well, like the fountain, that Tagok is pacing.
Oh no.
And the rest of the party is just kind of watching her.
Kalina just
Keeping their distance.
calls out, Tagok, are you alright?
Tagok, you hear the distant voice of Kalina asking you if you're alright.
Stops immediately. Probably does like a slow head turn.
Oh.
Do I recognize Kalina from the distance?
Yes, you see the recognizable shape of Kalina.
Full and purple.
Tall and purple.
Yeah, tall and purple. Tall, purple, and pretty.
I'm a speed walk over there. Not a jog or run sort of situation, but definitely
Gay walk.
Angry
gay
stomping.
walk on a mission.
Angry
Gay
stomping.
stomping.
Gay stomp.
As soon as Tegak, you start walking off towards Kalina, Clement gets up, exasperated. He's like, "Oh God, not
Oh, no.
again. Oh jeez." Kalina, you see Tegak stop when you call out to her, slowly turn, and then start walking towards you.
Oh no. I mean, Kalina knows that she's not gonna hurt her.
Yeah, but she's mad as fuck.
Yeah, and like Kalina's just kind of standing there, just like, Tagok, I'm all right. I understand you're upset.
Tegak. Like she kind of starts shouting at Kalina as she's walking closer. Along the lines of like, where the hell have you been? I know you were in the deep realm, but you couldn't have said something. What the hell were you thinking? And she probably kind of like keeps walking past Kalina and like circles around and just keeps
Angry
talking.
circles.
Not doing too bad. She hasn't lit anything on fire
Yeah.
too much.
The therapy's been working.
Well, Kalina, as she
10
gets
years
close
of
to
anger
you
management.
and circles around you as she basically scolds you, you can feel the heat as, like, it circles around you. Rotating. Rotating heat.
Kalina just sighs, just like, I know, I understand. I thought that sending Vidya back would be enough, but I realized that not all of you were awake, probably.
Yeah, I ain't even seen him today.
Yeah, he did decide to stay behind in the Deep Realm. He is actually an apostle to Abelet now. The meeting went well.
You don't say.
Yes, it did. I would have come back sooner, but I woke up feeling a bit ill.
Oh?
It's alright, I'm alright now. Kane got me a doctor quite quick. And it's just more like an allergic reaction to something.
But your allergies are spring.
Yes, that's what I thought too. But well, Kalina just like kind of laughs a little bit. So, you know, you've been to the Deep Realm before with me on one occasion, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the giant pile of pillows in Kane's chambers?
Kinda.
Well, Kane, Abelet, Vidya, and myself all decided to sleep in that pillow pile for the night. But, turns out, I am allergic to, snake shed.
That's kind of funny how much you like them.
Yes, it is, quite funny how much the snake lover turns out to be allergic. It isn't going to stop me from visiting, though, and sleeping in that pillow pile. It's quite comfy.
As long Tega kind of does the short person finger point. As long as you don't fucking die, I won't kill you.
Kalina just laughs. It's like, yeah. I know you won't kill me. You're too soft for that.
You get a light punch on the arm. For Tagok, it is light.
Yeah. Kalina just laughs at this. It's like, what? I know you have a soft spot for me. You wouldn't be this worried if you didn't have one.
Well, if we didn't get along, I wouldn't still be employed.
That is very true.
Also, and she kind of leans in a bit closer and points over to where she was pacing. Maybe we shouldn't have Baraka go over there.
Kalina looks over there and just,
You can see
oh,
very
dear.
faintly a dark circle in the shape of Tagok circling.
Oh, how long have you been pacing?
Depends on what time it is.
I believe it's about mid-afternoon. As she says, like, kind of looking up at the sky.
Yes. So
Hickox, her eyebrows furrow as she tries to do the math.
The
And
math.
it just goes, probably too long.
Well, I bet Baraka will be able to repair that.
Start a fire, at least.
Yes, and I'm very proud of you.
And Tika kind of has the face.
Is it like the little goat meme? Like the baby goat meme? Hold on, give me a second.
I don't know that one.
Baby goat.
It's
meme.
kind of the like when you tell a child I'm proud of you and they're like, yes, I am great.
Come on, where is it? I know it's. I know it exists. I know it exists.
well, while you're
Yeah, you
looking
can
for the
continue.
baby
I'm
goat,
gonna look. I'm gonna look for that.
while you're looking for the baby goat, Colbart, you see Kalina emerge, and then you obviously hear Tagok yelling at her, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yes, I found it.
bickering and such.
Send.
This
And
smug little goat.
and
Yeah.
you hear Farron next to you kind of laugh a little bit. And he says, "Those two quite the pair, aren't they?"
Yeah, they are.
Farron then kind of like, you see that he's like looking over towards them, and then like his expression changes, and it's kind of a oh shit face, and he says, "Oh goodness, Kalina and I agreed on meeting at some point, and I completely forgot because I've been so busy."
Oh.
Oh, Colbert finds
Oh.
out about the date. Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine. The two of you will just talk about it.
Farron kind of runs his hand through his hair, and he says, "Yeah, she kind of... I think she asked me on a date. I don't know."
Cute jealousy.
Angie fish boy.
Angie fish.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
And then he sighs, and he says, Yeah, it would be nice. If I had the time to go on a date. I don't want to just outright tell her that I can't anymore. I don't want to be rude. Make it seem like I'm ignoring her or something. Ugh.
I think she'll understand that what you're doing is important. But I will say that she is pretty smart, and she could probably help you as well.
That is
So maybe there's
true.
another way to hang out.
He sort of like nods and he just sort of sighs and he says, I'll think about how I'm going to approach her after I have some rest.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking a day off tomorrow, so hopefully I'll have the time then. And then he sort of pats you on the shoulder and he says, are you gonna come back to the lab or how are you gonna join your group?
Oh no.
Too focused on the fact that Kalina asked another guy out on a date. It's just like, no. No.
It's double jealousy because one, he likes Kalina, and two, he likes Farron a little.
It's like both of my crushes are dating each other. Fuck.
Sob.
God damn it!
God damn it.
Poor Colbert.
And then there's just Tigak who's like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm vibing.
I
Great.
searched up angry fish. And hold on. Blast from the past. Are pixel lesbians.
Oh god.
Yes.
Undyne.
Ah.
Ah, she's hot.
Silence lesbian.
Just
I
like
do enjoy
color.
her character.
What was that?
I do enjoy her character.
Yeah, Undyne. Buff. Hot. Strong. Did I say buff?
Did I say buff?
She is a very
Like
buff
you see,
lady.
Alphys? That's me.
Fucking lesbians.
Like in the I also just think it's funny because like from chat's end, it just looks like Kalina's saying all this, and Kalina's straight.
Kalina's straight.
A straight woman.
Tigak, like me, is an ace lesbian, but she just doesn't know what any of that means.
Exactly.
She has no concept of hetero or homosexuality or romantic. Doesn't get it.
Kalina
No
probably has
concept.
like a book on that
No
sort of
words.
stuff. Yeah, it's like,
Her-
hey yo, Tigak, thunk. Here, read this. It's your homework.
Tigak doesn't. She at least has a positive intelligence. But it's just a
At
plus
least
one.
Positive intelligence.
It's something.
It's
It's
just a
something.
plus one, and it's
Yes.
because she's a wizard.
Even or odd?
Evens.
Okay. And that fell off my fucking desk.
Also,
It
we
fell
love
off
a
my
gal who
desk
can cook.
and like bumped against the string of my bass. So made this noise.
Undyne knows how to fucking cook as well, which is good.
Yeah.
I lost the dice. Just lost the void.
Oh god, void dice.
Get another one. Alright, I'm going back with Kalina and the group.
Okay. Farron, gives you a hearty bro pat on the back and says, "Well, I'll see you around, Cobot."
All right.
And he waves goodbye to you as he goes off.
Yep. Walk off to my group.
Yeah.
Yep.
The rest of you see Colbart coming. He's got his little notebook with him.
That I stole from Kalina.
Yes.
I think I gave her one back though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he was thoughtful enough for that.
Yeah. It's like, hey, it's still your notebook. Happy Peacock Day.
The ace. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all see Colbart coming over. He's got his little notebook.
Kalina sees him and she smiles. Colbot! Hey!
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing alright. I just came back from lunch. Right before that, I was actually taking notes on the process for the heart potion.
Oh, with Mr. Rainbow and Pharaon?
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. And I kind of show her the notes I'm taking, and of that, I can take a picture of it.
So I'm taking picture of notes to show Kalina.
Yeah.
Of the notes that he actually took.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
It
dedicated.
is very dark. Hold on. Later. Right now, I'm doing. Okay. Okay. New phone. Who's this? Literally, I got a new phone yesterday, guys.
Yeah.
Cause I broke my old one again. There you go, finally. I show Kalina the notes that I wrote down. So far, this is what they got. They don't have everything right now. They're actually trying to research what they need to do next. Problem is that, and I take out that parchment with the old writing on. Problem with that is that a lot of the stuff is written in an old language, so we have no clue what it says.
Can Kalina, like, does Kalina recognize this language?
You
Like,
don't.
in her studies, has she...
You have seen this script before, but you don't know how to read it. You can't
Kalina
remember where
takes-
you saw it, though.
Yeah, Kalina, she takes a closer look at this. I do recognize this script, but don't remember where I've seen it, and unfortunately I don't know how to read it either.
Yeah. That's why what I'm thinking is that maybe some of our godly friends might know the language.
Possibly, yes.
Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, you can take a look
Just for
at it.
funsies?
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if Chachi knows anything actually.
Chachi might know something.
We can pass it around the group and see if anybody knows anything.
Pass it on the group, just like, hey, yo.
Yeah, as they're looking at the old scripture, I'm also gonna point out. Yeah, turns out that the recipe is pretty I say costly, not as in an expensive sort of way, not money way, but like costly as in I just point at the part where it says blood.
Blood.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's something to
Oh dear.
see. Yeah, turns out Mr. Rainbow and Baron has been using their blood, and
Oh dear.
it says 1 part blood here, and the total volume of the of the thing in the cauldron is 5 gallons.
Gallons?
Yes, I'm not joking. So that is,
Oh dear.
yeah, 1 gallon of blood.
Oh.
Yeah,
They're doing alright.
not gonna lie,
Can't
they
be
look a
easy.
bit tired, but they're taking a break tomorrow. So
That's good. Speaking of Pharaon, wait, you said Pharaon's off tomorrow?
uh,
Okay, well, I do need to talk to him about something, so thanks for telling me that.
Yeah.
Just further rubbing it into Colbart's face. This is out of character, by the way.
Poor Colbart. The poor little fish.
Poor little fish man. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
So,
Welcome.
the note is currently getting passed around the group. First it gets passed to Tagok. You do not recognize it at all. It is not something you've ever seen.
I didn't think I would, but I mean, I could at least give it a shot.
Next, it gets passed to Sarzoth, the other fire boy. Sarzoth, you do not recognize it either. Which you are slightly surprised, as you generally consider yourself well educated. You were hoping you'd at least recognize the script, but it is not something you've ever encountered before. Next, it
It's
gets
kind of like
passed to Fen and Freya, who
I don't
obviously
say
don't.
anything, but my face just is kind of like the fuck.
confusion. Fen and Freya obviously do not recognize it at all, as they can't read anyways.
Yeah, for a second I had to quick question myself if they were literate or not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It gets passed to Chatu, who sort of just shakes his head after like squinting at it for a little bit. And then it gets passed to Clement, who sort of like, holds it out old man style, because, he's his sight is going and he can't read things close up like he could anymore. And he holds it out and he looks at it and he says, "Oh, I know this one." Just like under his breath.
Casually.
He's like looking at it. It's like, "Oh, I know this one."
What?
And he holds it out and he says, "This is an ancient variant of the Ansolas native language."
Does Kalina recognize that?
Are those the glowy people?
Yes, the Suglois.
Oh, the glowy people!
Which
Which
he
makes
is
sense
one.
why Clement would know it.
Which he is one.
Yeah,
She's part glowy.
part glowy.
Glow, glow.
Nightlight.
And then he says,
That's not me.
he points at it and he says, "Most of the letters are still the same. It's mostly just the grammar that is evolved more over time." As he like holds up the paper and he like adjusts it to try to like get it into good view for himself to read.
Yeah.
And he says, "From what I can tell here, this is mostly just a letter documenting goods that have been bought."
Oh.
Oh.
And then he points at one line and he says, This here is what was bought, and it seems that it is well, blood of an animal that is very close to extinction in our current day.
Oh.
Oh
Oh.
wow.
It is and he like squints and he's like, oh god, what is that thing? It's it's a type of, it's some kind of little sea creature, bioluminescent. It's the blood that's bioluminescent, and they often get sold and bred as exotic pets, and then they're bled dry once they're big enough.
My god.
Oh.
Does Kalina recognize it? Can I roll?
Sure.
What would I roll?
Roll.
Just thinking of the horseshoe crab.
History?
It is inspired by horseshoe crab. Thank you, Colbert.
What would
for
I
your
roll?
insight. History.
History? Haha. Alright.
Wait, wouldn't Colbert Mike know? Because
Ooh.
he's fish boy? He's fisherman?
Go ahead and
Total of
roll.
24. Total of 24.
Well,
Oh, I got
Mean babe.
pretty good history. Hold on, let me see what I get.
so, Kalina,
11.
you you
Well, I got
remember
pretty good history.
you
Five.
remember when you were a kid going to a market with your parents and seeing a tank full of these little like crawly creatures that were crawling along the bottom of the water tank, and you were pretty interested in them, and the shopkeeper told you to get close to the glass, and then he tossed a like cloth over top of you and the tank, and then
Oh?
you watched as the little creatures began to glow. Like, you could see their veins
Yeah.
underneath their exoskeleton, which was
Phantom
ever so slightly
blood.
transparent. And
I'd
they
imagine
looked
like
like
anybody passerby.
little
Just like,
ghosts.
just like seeing a child, like a child's feet poking out from under a tarp.
Yeah. You remember, they were called, the man called them phantom crabs. But you do not know the scientific name.
Kalina, like, she thinks and then she remembers. Clement, do you remember when I told you about those phantom crabs I saw at the market when I was younger?
Yes, I do remember.
I think that's what those are, the bioluminescent ones. They were in a tank. I know you weren't with me, it was just Mum and Dad, but I'm pretty sure that's what those are.
He nods, and Colbert, you immediately know what Kalina's talking about. Because your village that you are from, you remember at a specific time in the summer, every single year, the grown phantom crabs would come onto the beaches and lay their eggs
Stardew
in the
Valley.
sand.
Stardew Valley, yes.
And
Mhm.
every year you always
I heard
protected the little nests of the phantom crabs, and then a couple weeks later you would watch all of the little baby glowing crabs scuttle off into the ocean. So Colbert, you've seen these little guys before.
Seriously.
Yeah. You remember that they are quite gentle beings. You had remembered when you were younger holding your hand out with a little piece of fish on it, and the phantom crabs crawling onto your hand to gently eat it off, and how their little legs tickled.
Yeah, I remember holding one when I was little.
Oh,
Fed off
really?
of my, yeah, it fed off my hand.
Oh. That's sweet.
They were really cute, gentle.
Yes.
Look up glowing crab. First thing, glowing crab Elden Ring?
Glowing crab Elden Ring. God damn it.
Glowing
Not
crab
the
Elden
Ring
Ring?
reference.
There is a glowing crabs.
Wildy.
The crystal crabs. Crab. But, I'm gonna send you a little bit of a reference to what they kind of look like. This is... Yes.
I see a face.
It's a little guy.
Oh,
It's a face.
I'm not looking. That thing's horrifying.
Okay.
Yeah, no. That thing's horrifying.
Yeah.
Maybe imagine like those cool phantom thingies we found in the end the
Oh,
other
I
day.
hate that. I hate that so much.
It's the legs.
Yeah, it's the
Mm-mm.
legs. Ugh.
The legs are not exactly like that, but kind of color-wise when they glow, and like the back kind of look like that.
Yeah.
So they're not exactly like that, but similar, and I'm gonna delete it because I know that you're scared of spiders, and that actually is a spider, I think. I looked up crab and I got a spider. I'm sorry.
Crap.
Spider gone. But yes, you know that they live on the deep ocean floor, and once a year they come to the beaches to lay their eggs. That's what you know, Colbert. And Kalina, you remember the man telling you that they had magical blood.
Oh.
Though you do remember, now looking back on it, the guy seemed pretty sketchy.
Yeah, I'm just imagining like both of her parents just like, all right, you can go up to that guy, just be careful. And even like her dad, like I'm guessing like he probably like maybe had like a weapon on him, like maybe like a smaller sword, like hidden in a cloak or something.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
like holding his sword. Don't try it.
He was like, don't
Don't try it.
He was like, don't you do anything. Don't you do anything to my baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I zoned out really hard just now. Oh god.
You're good.
I zoned out really
Sounds
hard.
like you-
No, I just knocked
Dear
out my mic. Sorry.
God.
Oh, well.
But yes,
Sorry, it's asking me for $9 for 7-day shipping.
Oof.
That's almost as bad as international shipping, but this is coming from the US.
Wow. Scalping. I've been scalped. My wig has been snatched. This is unfair. Alright, but, as you are kind of, talking about, like, the crabs, Sarzoth, you remember, when you were in school, some very shady person, who was also a student, trying to, sell you something outside of class.
Mhm.
And they tried to sell it to you as a magic blood elixir. And you remember that, like, when they held their hand around it, it kind of glowed in the vial, a sort of blue color. And you wonder to yourself if maybe that was the same thing. You didn't buy it, because you didn't trust them.
Yeah.
he's like, yo, kid, wanna buy some drugs?
You want some fucking drugs, kid? No. Piss off.
Sure. Yeah, I would say no to drugs.
You said no to that drug because you didn't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust you. I'm gonna die from that.
Hey, who said that's a bad thing? Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, but you've been-
One-way trip.
One-way trip.
Tripping down to the underworld, baby.
One-way trip to the spirit realm, baby.
One-way trip. Yeah, tripping down to the spirit realm, babes. One-way trip to the spirit realm.
It's like
The best trip of your life.
Spooky water park. But yes.
Spooky.
You think to yourself that maybe that elixir that kid had tried to sell you was the blood of this creature that the rest of the party's currently talking about.
I see.
And you're just kind of like, huh,
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm kind of like, okay, that's nice.
Some kid was
Yeah,
trying to
that's
sell
what
me
that
blood.
was.
Damn, he was trying to sell me blood. Weird.
Did I say blood?
Kinky.
Blood. But as you
But-
all are kind of standing there, Fen, you notice that somebody is walking towards the party. Like, yeah,
Oh no.
you notice somebody walking towards
Huh?
the party.
I hope it's not Berica who's mad.
No. Fortunately for you. It seems to be
Yay.
a taller woman in red, gold, and beige sort of flowy robes with
Tall woman.
some armor on her. It's a bit more gold.
Interesting color palette.
That's okay. I need to learn about this. Sorry, I found a tea that's quite literally just called duck shit.
Mmm,
Yeah.
delicious.
What?
Gorgina.
That's an interesting color palette of armor.
Oh,
She's and she
that
has
comes from an
very
ancient legend.
pale skin, and she has red painted lips. Fen, you don't recognize her, but in general, she just looks like a kind of powerful individual, you would say. She kind of holds that air about her as she is just
Yeah.
sort of calmly walking towards the party right now.
I think Fen just kind of makes a little bit of a noise.
Fen noises.
Meh.
You hear Fen make a very interesting little sound, and sort of turn to like, hey, what's going on? You see that he's looking over away from the group, and you turn and see somebody approaching. Kalina.
Wait, I thought I recognized. Yeah!
You
this
recognize
person.
her as Liana, who you had
Yeah,
met when
Liana!
you went bar hopping one of the first
Yeah!
nights that you had come to Ceruleus.
Yeah, it's Liana.
She's wearing a bit of a thicker robe right now, though, so
Yeah, I thought I recognized. Like, based on the description, I was just like, wait, no.
Yeah, I got
Can't
nothing.
be.
when you notice her, she smiles a little bit and says, "Hello there, Kalina. It took you a while
Oh.
to recognize me."
Liana, is that you?
Indeed it is.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has, it has. I've
What
actually...
are you doing here?
Well, I heard that you are going to be all going down to Rhiannon's temple pretty soon.
Yes, we are actually. Just in a couple days' time.
She nods and says, well, if you remember when we last met, I had, mentioned being a Stormhawk. And I'm sure that,
You're right.
well, I'm sure you've already been told that, getting to the Temple Island is a bit treacherous, as you have to cross a part of the sea to get to it.
Yes, quite. Also, if you don't mind my asking, how did you hear about us? Specifically us. Needing to travel to Rhiannon's temple.
Well, let's just say that word travels fast. Extremely fast, and I don't know who initially heard it, but someone did. And it eventually got to me.
I see.
I don't know why you need to visit Rhiannon, but I am willing to help you get there once you're on the ground.
Really?
Yes. I can arrange for a whale to pick you up.
A whale?
She smiles a little bit and she says, yes, it is a bit strange, but there are whales, not like any you've probably ever seen before, but they very often get used as transportation, and people travel along the backs of them for distances.
Tega kind of. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Okay.
I just said I
Tega.
see.
Okay. Tega doesn't say anything, but she kind of looks over at Kalina with an expression that says, "What is that?"
What's a whale?
Kalina just. Can I roll another history check?
Yes.
Or is it a perception or insight? Segak just
Yeah,
gives a look.
I'm pretty sure this passes. 19 base, total of 27.
Alright.
Damn.
Alright, smart.
Damn, I was interested in the whales. Okay.
Special interest as a child.
Kalina, you do remember
Aminals.
hearing about the white whales of the north.
Wait.
They are incredibly large compared to some of the warmer watered whales, and you remember seeing a little picture that was drawn. It was painted with like paint that was reflective almost. It was sparkly.
Oh. Sparkle.
And you remember it was one of your favorite pages because you would hold it up to the light and move it around, and it would sort of sparkle with rainbow.
No.
The whale picture was white, and then when the light hit it, it sparkled like little flecks of rainbow light.
Pretty. Kalina, like, she thinks, just like, the great white whales of the north. Those. We get to ride on those?
Yes, you do, Kalina.
Kalina just smiles. Because she just has such fond memories of, like, learning about those as a kid. And she kind of, like, bounces a little bit, like, you know, when you kind of, like, bounce on your heels a little bit?
Yeah.
When you, like, stand on your tippy toes over and over again and, like, your heels just kind of, like, go on the ground. I'm just imagining, but, like, with her heels, it's, like, the click, click, click. It's the click, click, click.
Happy Stin.
Yes. But, Liana smiles and she says, well, we do have a few more days to go, I can tell, but when we are ready to descend, Jupiter and I will be joining you. If you do not
That would be
mind.
wonderful. Of course. Thank you.
She smiles as she bows lightly and she says, well, I have to go now, but I'll see you when we're ready to go.
All right.
So, I do have school tomorrow,
Yeah, I do have school
so
tomorrow.
I think I'm gonna hop off and go to bed.
Okay.
All right.
Good night, Audrey.
I'm sorry.
It's
No,
okay.
you're
Night,
good.
Audrey.
I don't mean to just
Take
leave
care of
early
yourself.
every single session. I don't have the mental capacity to sit here for 6 hours.
I understand.
We got you.
I do my best though. I promise.
I know.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
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 So, with that, Liana leaves, and you all kind of see that it's starting to get a little bit cloudy.
Hmm.
The clouds are a little darker, and you presume that it's probably going to snow.
Should
Get inside, get
probably-
inside,
Yeah,
get
get
inside.
inside.
Not
Kalina
dealing
just-
with this.
Yeah, Kalina just sees this and just says, "It might be wise to start heading inside soon. It does look like storm clouds are gathering and it might snow."
Yeah, I can't say enough for that.
Yes, I would hope not.
The rest of the party definitely agrees. And then you all head inside for the day. And, spend the rest of the day simply just hanging out and such. And with that, I think it is actually a good point to end today's session.
Aww.
But I think we will actually be going live again soon because I would like to stream the server.
Oh shit. The server?
The server. So if any of you would like to join us again in a moment to be on the Rainbow Raptors modded Minecraft server,
It's gay.
we will be back momentarily.
Whoa.
Let's go, friends.
Good night, everybody.